Good morning. Welcome to our terrific Tuesday. Let today be a beautiful day of new beginnings, and let's learn and grow, and let's be there for each other as we manifest. So, here in the morning, we are going to be doing our Power of Dreams programming, wherein we'll think of our one dream and make it come true by thinking that it's already come true in the present. So, more power to us. Whether you want to exercise, you want to move, you want to dance, any fluid movement for the next 1 minute, 21 seconds. So, let's do that. And let's join each other back this morning. Welcome back to our morning session. Here we are reading this beautiful book, Refuse to Choose by Barbara Sher. It's about all of us who can't choose what we are meant to choose in life. We don't give priority to what we love, but rather we've been doing some things which is just conditional, which is societal acceptance, and we are in that rut. So yesterday we spoke about the fact that all of us are here in this reason, in this journey, because we're too busy to do stuff that we love, right? In that, we also spoke about Jeff's story. We spoke about why people behave the way they do, why they spend a lot of time in doing things which are not so relevant, which don't do much for our soul, because the inner child in us is shouting, is waiting, it wants its attention, but we are not able to give it because we are so busy in our mundane activities. And then what's happening? We are getting very stressed because we are not flowing like water. Why are we not flowing like water? Very simply because we're not doing some stuff that we love. We're doing something which is meant for us to be done. So it's very, very important to know that, we have to nurture our soul by doing something that we love. Now, what happens with with the micro nervous breakdown? What is that? Let's understand the science. So let me read through this and I'll explain as the chapter goes. And in case required, I'm going to be requesting Richie to step in to read. Right, Ruchi, thank you. You can always unmute yourself, in fact. Or also you can make Ruchi Agarwal the co-host as well, and later Akshay as well. The micro nervous breakdown. It doesn't matter how strong and competent you are. When you're operating on autopilot mode and you're fueled by stress, you're going to hurt somebody or other on this trip of yours. If you want to think clearly, be calm and be smart. Schedule a micro nervous breakdown at least once a day. It's easy and no one will ever know about it. Try it and you'll see what I mean. Now let's understand what is this micro nervous breakdown. How do we schedule this? What is this all about? Very importantly, number one, let's find a restroom where we can shut the door and have some privacy. Number two, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. I always say 3 deep breaths are very important to center, balance, align us. And we gently say, I hurt and ouch. Now, if you feel the slightest sensation in your eye or your chest, pretend to yourself that you're crying inside a few times. If you can shed some tears, that's even better, but not necessary. So there are two things about this. One is about that, you have been hurt, but you haven't accepted that. And that hurt is deep, deep, deep down within you and you're unable to get over it. So sometimes when you just simply say that I hurt and oh my God, it hits me, it hurts me, and you say, ouch, there will be some, some sensations, some feelings that are bottled inside you, and they will just come out like a lava of tears. If that happens, it's fine. If you're sensitive, it happens, it's all right. If it doesn't happen, even then the healing has begun. Number 4, if you can't feel anything, pretend you're an 8-year-old kid with all the same responsibilities and silently say, hey, somebody help me. I'm too little to carry all this. I'm going to screw up. So, by large, all of us have really tucked ourselves in so many responsibilities, and we're doing mundane activities as always, thinking that, oh, without me, this can't work. So, yesterday and day before, we talked about the power that nobody's indispensable, right? Today, I cease to function, somebody else will step in. It's not like if I don't cook a meal, my family will go, without food. Yeah, they may Swiggy, they might find some plan B or C or D, but something will happen. So we have this burden on ourselves that, okay, I must do this. Oh, I'm the hero, I'm the shiro. I got to do everything. So very important for us to even accept that we have too much on our shoulders, and we are fearful that everything will fall like a sack of cards. Number 5, give yourself 2 or 3 moments to feel any sorrow that comes to the surface. Silently release your feelings and notice how your tension melts away. I'm going to try and do this little thing with us today in the meditation time so that we can kind of get a preview of what we're going to be doing. You'll know you're finished when you sigh a different kind of sigh. The one that says view, well, that's over. Stand up, walk out and wash your face, and you will find something very surprising. Your stress is gone. Rahul sir, and you're not having any trouble slowing down and being relaxed. This is a very simple little procedure, but I think you'll be amazed at how different can make you feel. The fear of being overwhelmed is often caused by trying to push down these kind of feelings. So once they've been released, there's nothing to fear anymore. It's almost as if the frightened child inside you needed to cry. And once he did, the fear disappeared. So let's understand some things. 90% of things that we are doing is because of an autopilot mode or conditioning of our mind, which says that I must do this, for if I don't do this, this will not happen. We think we're indispensable. We think we have to do this or it will not be done. Try leaving one day your responsibility and see how it works. The person in you may say, oh, it'll be a terrible day, but I'm not doing anything. It'll not work out well. But try also thinking that, suppose if you're doing a house responsibility, you're cooking a meal and looking after your children, per se, if you're a homemaker. And that day, if you've fallen sick, what will happen? You think your husband will not have lunch? You think children will not fend for themselves? But we are too tough on ourselves and we've adorned this huge cloak of responsibilities and we think we can't do it all. And then gradually, deep down, we get overwhelmed. When we get overwhelmed, we've pushed those kind of feelings deep within us and we can't release them because we can't accept that we fear. We think, oh, this is my duty. But this duty is there out of fear, not out of love. One thing is that you'll do something that you love. Oh, it's my, relaxation time and I love doing it. But the fact is we're not doing that. So please be up and about and see where you're heading for. These can be hard feelings to face. But if you face and release them just once instead of avoiding them 1,000 times, the payoff is absolutely huge. You'll have the secret of being active instead of merely being busy. You can see the difference at once. You'll feel surprisingly comfortable and not harried or hassled at all. In fact, it might be a while before all your energy comes back. So don't do this just before a cycle race, of course. Do it when you're more comfortable, more easy, when you know you can handle. Of course, you'll have to do it more than once. Handling this feeling is like weeding your garden. You have to do it whenever the new weed pops up. But if you stay current, you'll find over time the garden becomes cleaner. You'll become easygoing and patient more and more often. That's good for you and everyone around you. You'd be surprised at the other benefits too. So what will happen is we'll become easy on ourselves. That's one thing assured. We'll be able to think calmly. We'll be able to lighten ourselves And whatever load we have on ourselves, we'll be able to do it very diligently, very normally, very nicely, rather than ramping it up and rather than being stressed and, oh, I got to do this, oh, I got to do this, oh, checklist, oh, this, oh, that. Your to-do list will become easy, more comfortable. Because, yeah, this is a part of it, so let's do it. That entire attitude will go for a shift. Why? Just because you have already tried to emote and express how you feel. And how have you done that? Following a concept of micro nervous breakdown, where there's no breakdown as such, but you're just telling yourself that, I am going through something. Now, that is important to understand. Now, the next part is the busy scanner's bag of tricks. So here's a grab bag of tips, tricks, and tools to help you find time to do something wonderful, which helps the scanner in us, which is missing. So what is a scanner? A scanner is a person who's moving from one thing to another, to another, to another, has got interest in 10 million things, and is not able to pick up one thing and do it successfully because he keeps shuffling and shifting. Now, the scanner in us has also scanner projects. We've got to do this, got to do this, got to do this. All right. Now, make your mental to-do list and then cut it in half. So pick up the kids and go home without shopping. What will you eat? Who cares? Bananas, breakfast cereal. Forget their homework this one time and make them help you with yours. Explain what the report you brought home is supposed to do and why you're worried about it. Bring them in as rescuers. If they're over 6 years old, they can actually help and they'll actually give you good advice too. In the meantime, you'll be saving time by making that report come alive for you. And tomorrow you'll remember your kids' faces when you present it and you might be smiling. So what's happening instead? Ye karna hai, ye karna ki jagah, let people do it for me. Yeah? It's all right for me to take help. I'm not the superhero. I'm not the superwoman. I'm not the hero. I mean, I can handle what I want. I'm a man who believes that, I can take help. So I don't have to be macho for this one time. Let me be a human for some time. Because most of the men and most of the women who are working are over stifled with their, concepts of like, I'm indispensable. Now, get more help than you need. So find a retired person in your community who drives and pay him to be your dog's uncle so he can step in whenever you want him in. Let him take the dog to the vet, hire a car service to take his sister for a checkup. But that's a waste, really. The vet is on my way to work and so is my sister. Really? You might just say that because you've forgotten how nice it is to drive to work with nothing else to do. And that's the big danger with people who are just too busy. You lose your memory of the luxury of doing less than your full capacity. You lose your common sense too. In fact, you probably do whatever you can keep the pace of your life always at high speed, like having an ambulance parked at the curb with the motor running just in case. So very important to give that slow down time. Very important to understand that we can use help and we're not the ones who always help. We can be open and receptive to receiving help. Number 3, grab your time first. Here's a tip that will help you to work outside your home. When you walk through the door at night, don't visit with everyone first and hope you'll have time for yourself later. Abhi kya hota hai? You're the last priority because everyone comes first. My nutrition goes last, my exercise goes last because I've got to do this for others, and then comes me. And by the time it comes me, I'm so dead and I'm like tired and forget it. We'll do it tomorrow. And that time might never come. Instead, go somewhere private and do your own work first. What if you've been so busy you haven't come up with any projects yet? Then it's a good time to pull out your scanner daybook and write in the pages like Leonardo da Vinci. What are you going to write in your scanner notebook? Whatever is coming up in that day or whatever you've thought of, whatever you'd like to do, whether it's done or not done, whatever you want to do, you write them down, even as 10 million things. And then you shorten them up and you see, okay, which is the one that you'd like to do now? Now, when you're finished, come out and greet your family all over again. It's as easy as that. I'm not making this up. Here's a letter I got from a working mom who's writing a book. When I come home, I say hello. I kiss everyone and go to the writing room first thing for a full half hour of work. Then I emerge, change my clothes, and start my family life. I am moving steadily along on my books, Try it. It works. So for once in a while, grab your time and pay attention to what you have to do and not what others have to do. Sometimes it's nice to be selfish. Ignore everything but your favorite parts. There's one really good way to do lots of your favorite activities in the time you have, no matter how little that may be. Go for the reward that matters to you. Do only the part you love the best. You can probably do that in a matter of minutes. If you don't have any minutes, close your eyes, focus, and fantasize the best part for a full 30 seconds. You'll be surprised how long that will feel. You must keep dreams alive and healthy until there's more time. It will put a smile on your face. Now, that is really, really, really important. Just to jack up your smile, just to make your day a smiling, shinier one, what do? You just write. You just close your eyes, you just focus, you just internalize, and you fantasize. What do you fantasize about? Let it come, no? Whatever is coming, let it come. But you should feel energy. You should feel like, wow, this is happening. This is somewhat we are doing in the morning, Power of Dreams programming. That's what we're doing. We're fantasizing, we're thinking, and we're manifesting. So Niriksha, no, morning pages, you've discussed this before, my dear. I think, let me discuss. Morning pages are senseless writing. Morning pages don't have to be read again. They have to be scribbled. Whatever is coming in your mind, they have to be like let go types. But this is, day scanner is pretty much legible. You're writing your entire dreams, whatever you want to do, whatever you love. Whether you've tried it or not doesn't matter. There's a lot of vast difference in the two activities. Learn to sort and dispose of what comes at you fast. So when too many things come towards you at the same time, you can't decide which one to address. So you just give up and do something else. Now, this is a scanner's hazard. Quick rule. Learn to sort things in your mind as they come to you. Probably as urgent, later, someday, not possible, get help on, forget it, yummy. Just stand there and bat them into the right place. So, we've also discussed about this for those of you who are coming here for the first time. And the scanner notebook is something that we write down at the end of the day or in the morning. So we all have our smartphones with us. Whatever ideas pop up in our mind about something, we just write that down. And in the evening, we fill it out with the help of our three, beautiful fingers, which are very, very important to write down something to put it on paper. So we're basically thinking on paper. Whatever we thought here, we put that in our WhatsApp group with ourselves or wherever you want to post it. Because every time you can't go around with a notebook, right? But an idea keeps coming. Why does an idea keep coming? Being humans, we have 86,400 thoughts a day. Now, in these 86,400 thoughts a day, about 100 to 200 good thoughts come, progressive thoughts come, which are good for my internal growth. That is, internal growth could be anything: emotional, physical, spiritual, intellectual, anything. Whatever's coming, we have to write that down. The idea is not to allow those beautiful thoughts to just while away. If they've come, take them in, focus, internalize, get them to come to you. Now, all of us are on a different journey. Somebody says, oh, at the moment, I want to become emotionally strong because I'm very emotionally weak. Somebody says, spiritually, I'm evolving, but I need to go deeper, 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 but I'm not able to do something. So it's okay. Let's learn to accept, because that's what this kind of notebook teaches us, that, it's good to fantasize. It's good to have everything, but it's very important to then see which one needs more attention. Now carry a portable dream deck with you everywhere. Keep this low-tech tool in your pocket so you can catch your thoughts and ideas on the run. Busy or not, people tend to get their best ideas when they're doing something else. You can carry a package of 3 into 5 index cards held together with a rubber band. Stick a pen between the cards. This will help you capture any ideas that fly through your mind, no matter where you are. You might also consider keeping one brightly colored card to record your successes. That is the time you beat out your worry and had a little fun. So what I believe in is the mobile is a better tool for me to capture rather than, carrying a deck of cards, because the cards will be there, a sketch pen will be there. It might not be very practical, but your phone is always there with you. So whatever works for you, if your journal works for you, if a little notebook works for you, if these deck of cards work with you, whatever you want. So what I carry with me is sometimes when I carry is my little book of big ideas. But meanwhile, I had the same group with myself in my WhatsApp. So I know that in the night, I must take down those ideas. Now, here's a fun way to customize a portable dream deck. Instead of using ordinary 3 by 5 cards, carry Rolodex cards that fit into alphabetical address stand. When you get home, just put them in a special Rolodex file you can use for this purpose. Your ideas will be easy to find, and you'll have a nice fat index of ideas to leaf through whenever you have extra time and you're stuck for something to do. That's a nice thought, isn't it? Now, what is Rolodex cards? So rather than getting confused there, all I'll say is divide your book into your parts that you want to think about you. For example, profession, personal, family, spiritual, intellectual, whatever, like that. If you divide, it'll not be like everywhere. So if you know that I scan through one aspect, okay, this is what idea that came up, or this is what I want to do. So you can divide yourself like that. And of course, once in a while, when you want, add post-its and make them more comfortable so that you can scan through them easily. Scanner notebook is very, very important. The setup. Now, this is one of my favorite tools, says Barbara Sher. And she also says that she saved it for last because it might just save the scanner in you. 2 minutes here or there for the projects you love may be all that you ever find, but the trick is to be ready for them. And the setup will make you as prepared as a fireman with clothes at the ready and a pole to slide down with the fire alarm rings. It's super simple, but it's life-changing. Just get every single thing you need for any project, set it up in advance, and go ready to go. How? Put it all together in one place, then forget it until you have a little time. And I mean a little. Take short, frequent visits to whatever you love. You can make a sketch or line of poetry, or even 2 minutes. And if you're completely focused, no multitasking allowed. You'll find it enormously satisfying. Slip in these brief visits as much as possible. The results will astound you. So what do? So you will have to do one thing, okay? But that one thing you never have time for it. So very short little break. Everything is ready. All you have to just do is just go a line and just start writing. For example, you're a poet and you love to express. Just do it. Or for example, you've picked up painting and you know it's a Herculean task and you can't finish it. A bit by bit in those 10 minutes, maybe you can just cover an eye, or maybe just a body part, or maybe just a part of the robe, whatever. You realize if you're doing this up, if the setup is ready, at the end of 30 days, you would have done something which you probably can't imagine finding in a very life full of busyness. So that is why these little visits are important. Now, one first rate way to do this is, which we really think about, is in the middle of your time with your family. I call this technique how to paint a masterpiece during commercial breaks. So one thing we've understood here is that there's going to be no multitasking. We keep our focus on. Parallelly, we are being guided that, okay, multitasking is okay. When you're sitting with your family, say in the TV room, and everyone's watching something on Netflix or whichever platform they're watching on, you can do your little bit with them so that they've not lost on the time. They know that, okay, their mom or their dad or whoever the family member is around, but yet that family member is doing what they love most. All you need is the same miraculous setup and a small corner of time. Now, Jeff found a way to do painting with this setup. The technique can be used with any of your interests. Of course, if you have to think too much, it may not come up, right? Because you're having so much of chitter chatter in the mind and the room and the people around you. But if it's therapeutic exercise of, say, coloring or something, say, knitting or something like, whoever loves to do whatever, can be done. Like my co-sister has picked up this huge endeavor of, embroidering some beautiful cloth napkins for the house. And I've not seen anyone do in my generation, but she's picked up this art and she wants to do it. So when does she use the time? Because she's a teacher, she's so busy all the time. She uses the family time. When people are watching television, that's when she'll knit and that's when she'll sew and she'll embroider. So now very slowly her project is getting completed. In the corner of a family room, set up a ready-to-go painting corner with the canvas, brushes, palette of colors, and never put it away. Keep the brushes in water so that they do not need a wipe off to be ready to use. Cover the palette with the plastic wrap so it's always ready. With your project completely set up and ready to go, you can actually stand up, walk over, and paint for a few minutes during every commercial. Now, it may sound ridiculous. Try it. It's fun, and it's making you inch closer to the world of your dreams. And after that, what we can do is just simply sit with your family, watch the television. And of course, we might want to keep painting after that. Even that's okay. Like if the serial is going on, but you can just paint. How does it matter? But it's not like you're sequestered away somewhere from your family, very far away in a room and you're like feeling guilty. Oh my God, I've left everyone there and look here, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. There'll be no guilt trip because you are now in your emotional world. Now, the emotional world means that you're a family man or a woman and you're with your family and yet you're doing stuff that you love best. So it's like, both of them together. You can eat your cake and actually eat it too. You can have it and eat it too. It's as amazing as that. Now, Jeff's kids liked this process so much that they started doing their own household chores on different commercials. You can do the same thing with redecorating a room, maybe writing a cookbook, scanning photos for a greeting card project, or creating a storybook for your next home movie. So a lot of the little things which are on the to-do list get started to get complete. So you become more time savvy because everything is set up. That's how simple it is. So let's talk about this tomorrow, feelings. In fact, it's the last chapter. Let's the last section. Let's do it. So don't forget to check on your feelings. Now, what are our feelings? I have always said this and I repeat myself. We are all about emotions and feelings. Truly said, human beings are feeling beings because we think so many thoughts, we feel so much. We have a array of emotions going up and down, up and down. So we don't need to be a parent for life to run us ragged. And I hope all busy and stressed scanners will take my suggestion to heart whenever they find themselves running into control freaks. The child inside every stressed person needs attention every time you're feeling harried, frazzled, and rushed. And if you've tried to cure burnout by taking time off and doing nothing, you know it doesn't work. Boredom doesn't cure emotional exhaustion, especially for scanners. So, what do we understand? That all of us, knowingly, unknowingly, are control freaks. We've spoken about this that we think we are indispensable. Oh, I've got to do this. That ego, I. And this I is controlling us so much, controlling us and people around us. But this I has a little child inside it that is just wanting to flow in the world of love and light. And this little child wants to have his or her fun, but has not had his or her fun. Why? Because it's just been too burnt out, yeah, doing stuff which is not even important. And when it's doing so many things, there's of boriyat bhi aa jati hai because you're like, oh God, like I'm the same thing. So when you wake up in the morning, it's like, I've got to make tea for the family. Where is my time? Now, when you get the hurt out of your system by saying, ouch, that hurt, you'll find the space in your life to do something more that you love. Creativity and learning cure burnout. Involvement in a fascinating project will heal you. As my friend Gudrun wrote to me, editing a new book has excited me in these last weeks, and it's true. I felt so tired before and thought I needed some rest, but no, I needed more things in my life that excite me. To sum it all, here's my answer to loving dad, whose letter opened this chapter. I think it will bring my point to rest all the way home. The letter says, Dear loving dad, I know what you're talking about from first-hand experience. I was a nearly broke single working mom with two kids grimly fighting against being overwhelmed by the demands of my life. But one day, I learned something that changed my viewpoint forever. One weekend day, the three of us were at the park on roller skates, holding hands because we were all pretty wobbly, moving along like awkward robots. When, to our horror, a hill appeared under our feet and we lost what little control we had and began careening down the hill. We were moving way too fast and were frozen with fear until we managed to veer off the path onto some grass, where we fell down and broke into hysterical, relieved laughter. As I sat up, still laughing, I caught my boys looking at me with happy smiles and happier eyes, and it hit me like a lightning bolt. They laughed to see me laugh, and they didn't see that very often. And that's when I realized something I never thought about before. Kids need to see their parents happy. Please, if you have a physical copy of this book, please highlight this. You yourself need yourself to be happy, but you've forgotten about it. You're so hard pressed into your daily routines, into your life, into conditional being of societal thinking, that you've forgotten who are you. No matter how little time you have, if your kids saw you enjoying yourself, it would be very good for all of you. If they saw you going after a dream, they'd know they won't have to feel guilty going after theirs. Too much self-sacrifice makes you a bad role model. You know, those people who think, कि, अरे दूसरों के लिए मैं कर रही हूँ. Boss, you haven't taught yourself to love yourself, respect yourself. Why will they do it? Today, they're calling food for their choice and not for you because you haven't given yourself a priority. You've always made food which they love and not what you love. So, how are you being a good role model? Are you valuing yourself enough? Think deeper. Are you your priority, or you've been happy to do what your mother did and maybe her mother did? And as a man, have you given your wife importance enough or your counterpart importance enough to make him or her feel cherished? Start thinking about how you can relax some of those roles of your family members which they are playing. Let them make your lunches sometimes. You can live on peanut butter honestly. Instead of only helping them with their homework, once in a while read aloud from an old travel book you love about someone who went through the Amazon jungles or sailed across the sea. Something you'll enjoy at least as much as they will. So pick up something that you know which is a commonality, but do it for yourself. If they join you, great. If they don't join you, even then it's good. At least you've done something for yourself. When you're driving them to school, instead of worrying about their backpacks and the apples, occasionally remember aloud when you wanted to be in musical comedy and see if you can sing all the verses to your favorite song from Guys and Dolls before you reach the school. Imagine driving to school in the morning and you singing like a corny song, a crackpot song, and like, Mama, what's wrong with you? Like, oh, Papa, what's wrong with you? Oh, I'm having a great time. I'm just very happy. That will have ripple effect on your child as well because he or she will have a morning beginning with mama and papa giggling and singing and shouting. The inner child needs to live, laugh, and love. Are we doing that? Think about it. If your dream was or is to be a stand-up comic, try out your jokes on everyone. Let them join in, or let them groan. Oh no, that's pretty bad. You're pretty sad at least you tried. If you wish you knew how to build an auto engine or play a violin or have your own television show on the internet, tell your kids all about the obstacles. See if they know some way to help you overcome them. And listen to them with the same respect you'd give any adult. If they don't come up with anything when you first try it, after all, they'd still be new at this. Rank them, thank them, and for listening and helping you talk it through. So, what's happening? We haven't asked them for their opinions. They're not growing into thinking beings. Ask them, see how what kind of thoughts come up, what ideas come up. Just be sure you're not being a camp counselor or a cheerleader. That is, be real. Really think about those dreams while you talk about them. People will be pulled into your vision if you can imagine what you describe. Soon they'll be telling you about their dreams, but first you have to show them how. And you have to mean it. It's not really a matter of having enough time to enjoy yourself because nothing has to be a big production. You can have 3 minutes worth of an immensely good time in those little moments that exist in the busiest of lives. That's all the time it takes to eat a hot fudge sundae, get your back scratched, or get your kids to explain the words to a hip hop song. It's good for you too. You'll stop believing a responsible grown up must sacrifice doing what he loves. And then one day, when your load gets lighter, you'll find that you haven't forgotten what you wanted to do. In fact, you'll be ready to roll. This is signed by a loving mom, a writer, a dog owner, history, a lover, and a citizen. This letter is good for you, my dear readers. I hope you all take it to heart and learn that we all can come around in a full circle if we give the scanner in us time and advantage to loving himself or herself a bit more. So very important. Tomorrow we'll read another chapter about, how there is time for everything, but yet we're not doing everything. But now it's most importantly time for us to do a sun salutation. So Surya Namaskar is very important. 3 Surya Namaskars in the morning to bless us, guide us, channel us throughout the day. So let's go for it. Also, we've been studying for 35 minutes. It's important for a body to move.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The Sun Salutation, now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuttanasan, Padhahastasan, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasan, Parvatasan, and hold this position. And now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Shvanasan. Ashtang Namaskar. Bhujangasan. Parvatasan. Left forward, Ashvasanchalanasan. Padahastasan. Hastuttanasan. Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs. Cobra. Press back to mountain. Right forward, equestrian pose. Hand to feet pose. Raised arms position. Prayer pose. One round of the Sun Salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing. Exhale. A deep inhale. A long exhale. Right leg back with an inhale. And exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale and exhale. Right leg forward with a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
Welcome back. We are also blessed to have done the Sun Salutations, to have gotten blessings from the sun in this beautiful time of a Brahma Vrit. And now is the time to take us to a beautiful book, a beautiful journey, which we began yesterday just as a beginning. And today is the actual beginning to that book. And this book is called Letting Go. It is by David R. Hawkins. It's absolutely brilliant. It's going to help us in a lot of ways. It's going to help us in actually having a life full of happiness, love, joy, health, immunity, and ultimately enlightenment. So let's read the preface. During many years of clinical psychiatric practice, the primary aim was to seek the most effective ways to relieve human suffering in many forms. To this end, numerous disciplines of medicine, psychology, psychiatry, psychoanalysis, behavioral techniques, biofeedback, acupuncture, nutrition, and brain chemistry were explored. Beyond these clinical modalities were philosophical systems, metaphysics, a multitude of holistic health techniques, self-improvement courses, spiritual pathways, meditative techniques, and other ways to expand one's awareness. In all of these explorations, the mechanism of surrender was found to be of greatest practical benefit. Its importance necessitated with the writing of this book to share with others which are clinically observed and personally experienced. The previous 10 books focused on advanced states of awareness and enlightenment. Over the years, thousands of students at our lectures and satsangs have already asked questions that reveal that everyday obstacles to enlightenment. Now, one thing we learned in our journey is that twists and turns of life, knocks and shocks of life, our everyday obstacles or in our life, they're coming to teach us some lesson. If we learn the lesson, we're inching ourselves towards enlightenment or finding the light that we're actually born with, but we've forgotten about it. It is pragmatic and helpful to share a technique that will facilitate the success in overcoming such obstacles. Now, how do we handle the vicissitudes of ordinary life with its losses, disappointments, stresses, and crises? How to be free of negative emotions and their impact on health, relationships, and work? How to handle all of the unwanted feelings? So obviously, a lot of you will be like, it's easier said than done. Hota nahi hai. Kaise kare? How to do it? The present work describes a simple and effective means by which to let go of negative feelings and become free. So what I can guarantee you is the next 35 days, beginning today, including today, we're going to be working on ourselves deep within, because letting go is something we haven't really been taught at any school in life. So let this beautiful author, David R. Hawkins, teach us. The letting go technique is a pragmatic system of eliminating obstacles and attachments. It's super practical. It can also be done as long as we are inclined towards it. It can also be called as a mechanism of surrender, because mechanically we're going to be learning how to surrender. There is scientific proof of its efficacy, an explanation of which is included in one of these chapters. Research has shown the technique to be more effective than many other approaches currently available in relieving this physiological response to stress. So a lot of you have worked with me on the moon, and on the full moon, you are just surrendering, right? You're just leaving off all your attachments and you're burning that off. You're surrendering. You're saying, may this or something highest better unfold for goodness of my higher best or the other's higher best, right? Now you're trying to let go, even if you haven't, physically you're doing it. And that is the biggest sense of that sankalp is there. It's helping you. But this book will teach us to let go at every point in life. Imagine when you have no emotional, physical burden. Imagine if you're a bird, how high you'll soar up in the sky. This book is as beautiful. After researching most of the various stress reduction consciousness methods, this approach stands out for its sheer simplicity, efficiency, clinical efficacy, absence of questionable concepts, and rapidity of observable results. Its simplicity is deceptive and almost disguises the real benefits of the technique. Simply stated, it sets us free from emotional attachments. It verifies the observation made by every sage that attachments are the primary cause of suffering. The mind, with its thoughts, is driven by feelings. So if we say that we get 86,400 thoughts a day, imagine all of those thoughts are coming with feelings. So if I'm saying that we are not human beings, but we are feeling beings, where are we wrong? Each feeling is a cumulative derivative of many thousands and thousands of thoughts, because each people throughout their lives repress, suppress, and try to escape from their feelings. The suppressed energy accumulates and seeks expression through psychosomatic distress, bodily disorders, emotional illnesses, and disordered behavior in interpersonal relationships. The accumulative feelings block spiritual growth and awareness, as well as success in many areas of life. So the minute you start doing this therapy of letting go, you will realize that your relationships are becoming better. You are not falling as sick, and your spiritual growth will become more. There's no static energy, which is just blocked energy, because now you're aware that this must be released. I must let it go to blossom in life. Imagine thinking of एक बांध है, बहुत सारा पानी आ गया and आपने कर दिया. Now the water is just making its way. It'll break through the band one day, na? It'll weaken it up. But imagine there's no band. Imagine the water is flowing, 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 where it'll reach. The benefits of this technique can therefore be described on various levels. First level is physical. The elimination of suppressed emotions has a positive health benefit. It decreases the overflow of energy into the body's autonomic nervous system, and it unblocks the acupuncture energy system, which is demonstrable by a simple muscle test. Therefore, as a person constantly surrenders, physical and psychosomatic disorders improve and frequently disappear altogether. There's a general reverse of pathological processes in the body and a return to optimal functioning. You'll realize when people who are not stressed, all of a sudden their skin starts looking younger, the complexion starts becoming clearer, because there's nothing called a physical attachment. I'm released, I'm stress-free. There's no stress. In fact, this love is all that's controlling them, because that's the nature of our being. Now, how will it happen help in our behavior? Because there is a progressive decrease of anxiety and negative thoughts and emotions, there is less and less need for escapism. So you will not be resorting to drugs, alcohol, entertainment, excessive sleep. You will not be popping pills because there's nothing, there's no problem. Consequently, there's an increase in vitality, energy, presence, well-being, with more efficient and effortless functioning in all area. You'll realize all of a sudden that your body will stop taking toxicity. मिर्ची खाना कम हो जाएगा, तेल खाना पसंद नहीं आएगा, processed खाना पसंद नहीं आएगा, digest नहीं होगा. Because when your body becomes so clean, when the mind becomes so clean, the body becomes clean, and your patterns change, you'll all of a sudden realize, oh my God, what is this happening? Interpersonal relationships. As negative feelings are surrendered, there is a progressive increase of positive feelings that result in quickly observable improvements in all relationships. There is an increase in the capacity of love. Conflicts with others decrease progressively so that the job performance improves. The elimination of negative blocks allow vocational goals to be more easily accomplished, and self-sabotaging behavior based on guilt progressively diminishes. So when you are, when you're flowing beautifully, when you're giving yourself time also, and then you'll be able to, once we give ourselves love, we're able to give love outside more easily. Because even if we can't give, it's automatically flowing and people are seeing that, oh my God, she's all about love, he's all about love. And then there'll be nothing called a self-sabotaging behavior कि मैं अपने आप के लिए कल कर लूंगा. I at the back of the row will not become that. It's self-sabotaging behavior. Now there is less and less dependence on intellectualism and the greater use of intuitive knowingness. So now, mind says, okay, let me do this. It's logical, but you'll actually come to the magical world, which just will give you some intuition and you're like, oh my God, yeah, I feel this in my bones. Let me do this. And when you start relying on your intelligence, which is your intuitive knowingness, all of a sudden magics will start creating, because all the answers are deep inside here, but we as humans are seeking it outside. So this book will help us realign with ourselves by letting go, by finding who we are actually. With the resumption of personality growth and development, there is often the uncovering of previously unsuspected creative and psychic abilities, which are thwarted in all people by suppressed negative emotions. So हमारे अंदर इतनी creativity है, लेकिन unfortunately हमने stifle कर दिया उसको by दबा दिया अपने feelings को, अपने emotions को, अरे कुछ नहीं, forget it. And कुछ नहीं होते होते life कुछ नहीं हो जाती. You realize a couple of years and months have gone wasted. Of great importance is the progressive diminution of dependency, the bane of all human relationships. Dependency underlies so much pain and suffering. It includes even violence, it uses frustration, it uses guilt, it uses so many platforms. And ultimately, many, many people become so violent and so useless, and they feel that I have no need in the world. And they express themselves as taking their lives by suiciding. Now, as dependency diminishes, there's also a diminution of aggressiveness and hostile behavior. These negative feelings are replaced by feelings of acceptance and lovingness towards others. So what will happen? एकदम से aggressiveness खत्म, गुस्सा खत्म. अरे कोई बात नहीं, it's okay. That attitude will come, सब ठीक है यार, everything is fine the way it is. It's okay. I believe in the process of life. Negative feelings खत्म हो जाएंगी, so क्या होगा? Acceptance. It's all okay. I love it. It's fine. जो भी है बहुत बढ़िया है. Imagining बच्चे ने कुछ wrong काम किया या किसी बड़े ने wrong काम किया और आपने उसको taunt नहीं किया. It's okay, beta. It's fine. I'm sure जो हुआ अच्छा हुआ. Next time, he will be so careful कि अरे मामा ने मुझे डांटा नहीं, पापा ने डांटा नहीं, let me be nice. You are accepting him, he will accept you, and you're like, oh, I want to become better. Now, in this process, what will happen is your consciousness, your awareness. Now, we talked about consciousness, right? When you're conscious of something, that means we're aware of something. So consciousness is equal to awareness. And that is equal to spirituality. Now, what is spirituality? It is not religion. I'm a Hindu, you're a Muslim, I'm a Sikh, you're a Christian, I'm a Buddhist, you're a Jain. No, that's not spirituality, that's religion. And that's something the humans have made. Why we have come from, where we have come from is only one superpower. Somebody can call it Paramatma, somebody can universal energy. Now that is coming, our soul is coming from there. We are made in the image of God. So God has given these spirits their essence, and all the spirits have one essence, which is this same fact of love and light. Now, this love and light needs a body to take its journey forward, the spiritual journey forward. So it reincarnates into, say, Radhika in this life, Anita Sheikh in this life, Ruchi Agrawal in this life, or Prachi Agrawal in this life. But this is not who I am. I'm not this person. What we are doing right now is we're learning, and जो भी हम संस्कारास लेके जा रहे हैं इस life से, when next time we are born, these will automatically roll over. Now my body may become old as I age maybe, but my soul is becoming more deeper, intenser, richer. This is my thing. How I look like or what I have on me, what jewelry or what properties or what, this is all materialistic. It's important. I'm not saying it's not important. But if you release yourself from this huge thing of just all the time amassing money, but you start investing, I'm saying do that. I'm not saying don't do that. But if you start investing into your soul world, you're going to realize that a world is opening up for you. So many new doors are going to open up for you. And that's why it's very imperative for all of us to understand that the morning time is our sacred time. This is a time for our development. This is a time when everyone in the family is sleeping. So no phone calls, no WhatsApps, no children, no husband, no wives, no nothing, no businesses. This is our time. And if you're conscious, if you're aware, okay, this is my time to evolve, so be it. Whatever comes my way, sar maathe pe. Bring it on. This is an area that opens up continuous use of the mechanism of surrender. The letting go of negative emotions means that the person experiencing is ever increasing happiness. He's more content, he's more peaceful, he's more joyful. And that's a true expansion of awareness. You're expanding it. Your progressive realization is, I'm experiencing my inner self. You'll be able to connect with your inner self. You'll be able to tune into your bandwidth of the inner self's intuitive knowingness. What intuition is coming up? It knows all. All you have to do is when you're in a problem, take 3 deep breaths. First, sit down calm. Or even if you're in a very agitated place, just close your eyes for 2 minutes. Consciously expand yourself. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, deep breath out. Thrice. And then ask yourself the question by keeping a hand in your heart, whatever question, from whichever way it's coming. And your intuitive knowingness will tell you the right answer. It's upon you to doubt that or to implement and walk on that path. That's how simple it is. The teachings of the great masters unfold from within as one's own personal experience. So now let me tell you, we are all are super, super, super blessed. The great masters, anyone or many angels and many guardians are all the time around us. Even the room where you're sitting right now, there are hundreds and thousands of spirits in the same room as you are, but they're not doing anything to you, right? So it's not nothing to be scared of. But in these, there's some realized masters. Now, you can give them any kind of name. Somebody can call them Buddha, somebody can call them Mahavir Bhagwan, somebody can call them Matara, somebody can call them any of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, or somebody can say Sai Baba. You can use any names that you want. Now, these great masters have innumerous teachings. And when you ask your inner self a question, through them is channeled something which you have to unfold. So ultimately, we all have to become channelers. That all of us are channels of love, all of us are channels of light, all of us are channels of blessings and a progression, and I'm going inward. The progressive letting go of limitations allows the realization at last of one's true identity. So gradually, as we become in this world, we'll be like, oh my God, I have time to meditate. Oh my God, I have time to grow. And oh my God, my growth is amazing, it's phenomenal. My materialistic goals are coming true, emotional goals are coming true, everything's coming true. And then you realize that, oh my God, actually, I'm limitless. Why do I think I have limitations? I'm as vast as the ocean or the sky. Letting go is one of the most efficacious tools by which to reach spiritual goals. Ultimately, Panchbhut se aaye hain, Panchbhut mein jayenge, right? So this is what is the truth, the profound truth of our essence. Yet we are humans, we have come for spiritual learning, so go for it. Anyone can accomplish all of these ends with gentleness and subtlety as one silently surrenders throughout daily life. The progressive disappearance of negativity and its replacement by positive feelings and experiences is a pleasurable to both watch and to experience as well. It is the purpose of this information to assist the reader in having those rewarding experiences. I can tell you such rewarding experiences will come tomorrow onwards, because tomorrow we actually enter the book. Yesterday we had the introduction, today we had the preface, and tomorrow we're going to be just reading deeper within what the book entitles all of us for. So in fact, tomorrow we will also be reading a chapter introduction. Yesterday was a foreword, today was a preface, and tomorrow is introduction. So very important. And in my opinion, this book is the cherry on the cake. So I've been having my life transformation series from January 12th. And I think this 1 month is going to be the most important in this entire evolution or completion of 1 month, 1 year of beginning. All right, time for us to go through our beautiful book, which is also The Art of Creative Thinking by Rod Judkins, where every day we read one chapter to analyze what are we all about. Ruchi, would you like to read for us? Thank you.
Achieve something, do nothing. The great crime writer Raymond Chandler set aside at least 4 hours each day to do nothing. He explained his 2 simple rules. A, you don't have to write. B, you can't do anything else. The rest comes of itself. He didn't force himself to write, but he stopped himself doing anything else. No reading, writing letters, tidying, nothing. He couldn't distract himself. He found that if he was just sitting there doing nothing, he would start writing just to pass the time. With nothing to do, his imagination wandered and he would think up a story. He almost always ended up writing for the full 4 hours. Working is a dangerous form of procrastination. Creativity is the most difficult thing the human mind has to tackle. Tidying, cleaning, organizing, answering emails, cruising the internet, doing research, reformatting a document, planning meetings, attending meetings, arranging meetings, every other chore seems easier and therefore more alluring. Do you want a tidy flat and a blank canvas, or a messy flat and a completed canvas? Writing this book has caused me to be 2 years behind on my ironing. We find it hard to pause or just be still in our 24/7 culture. Look at people waiting in a queue, and you will see they immediately take out their phones and check their emails and text. Over hyperactive cultures believes
Our
it is
hyperactive culture.
our hyperactive culture believes it is better to be doing something, even if it's futile or worthless, than doing nothing. Many writers prefer to write in cafes. J.K. Rowling famously remarked that this got me away from the temptations of the internet. At home, by contrast, there is no end to the useful task that I can find to occupy myself. Make yourself do nothing. Let your thoughts settle. Sometimes we need to be patient. Instead of searching, things will come to you. The ideas and solutions were within us, but we were occupied with other mundane, everyday matters. We were looking in the wrong direction. Sometimes what we most need to do is the thing we most try to avoid. If you want to do something creative, something original, do nothing.
So a lot of you will be confused about this. Let me clarify what is chapter. This book is going to test you to think, oh my God, what we are doing, is it wrong? So let's see, it's completely right. Sometimes what we need to do is a thing we need to avoid. So we are all the time thinking beings, right? Thoughts that are coming. And you want to do something creative. So how do we do that? How to do do something which is original and yet it's nothing? We do nothing. We just center, balance, align ourselves again. Just close your eyes. Just close yourself from the world for a while. Why do you think the biggest stories have been written in cafes? Why do you think people go to cafes to work from cafes out from the business factories or the offices? Because that is when the action is. That is when you're disconnected from your own responsibilities. That's when creativity flows. You see people and they automatically give you a lot of beautiful ideas. The idea is to do nothing. The idea is to center, balance, align, and write. So when you close your eyes and you think, you ask a question or you just do nothing, automatically things follow. And when the things follow, and if you write them down in your little books or your little smartphones, that's when the life actually starts. J.R.R. Tolkien wrote, it's a job that is never started that takes longest to finish. So what do we have to do? We just start on a job which takes no time to finish, which is going back to our roots, going back to where we are from. Whenever in doubt, close your eyes and think straight. Just, it'll make you think straight because your eyes are closed, and you'll just go inward because all the knowingness, all the intelligence is there within us. That's the truth. So can you flip the page back by 173? I also want you to remember and see this line very clearly. The first line in the second paragraph. Working is a dangerous form of procrastination. So if you're thinking, and we are working on the lines of procrastination, what are we doing? We are stifling our creativity. Now, the human mind has so much more to do. Forget it for a while. Just forget it. Just think straight, go within, and don't distract yourself by doing the mundane stuff. And the mundane stuff at times could be tidying, cleaning, organizing, answering emails, cruising the internet, doing research, or just doing nothing and just flipping through channels and like, okay, what do I watch? Because you have nothing to do. So sometimes it's very important that you forget these chores. You forget that they are alluring. Just forget it and just go deep within and just get yourself a quick answer. Thank you, Rahul sir, for showcasing this book for the day. Tomorrow we'll read this paragraph. Now it's about a heart thought. Anybody who wants to read the heart thought can please raise their hand. Akshay, I'm sorry I didn't invite you to read because I was comfortable in my throat, but thank you for coming in for the heart thought. I can't see your, yes, unmute, there you are. So let's see today what heart thought is coming for all of us. And to everyone, a lot of our Sangha Mitras are seeing them online virtually. I request you to tell you, especially the guardians and the angels, please tell them to come in person if possible. Nothing like the morning energy of this. Of course, people who are not in the country, I understand that they are not in different time zone. They can't wake up in the night at 3 o'clock, and that's absolutely okay. For the ones who live in India or close by, let's wake up in the morning. So today's heart thought is about other people. I allow others to be themselves. So very important for letting others be who they are, letting us be who we are. Don't run around and try to heal all of your friends. So, that's the problem most of us do. We become the Gyan Matas and Gyan Pitas. Oh, I have had this enlightening phase. Oh my God. I've been blessed and this has happened, magic. Try it for yourself. Hello. Pehle apne aap ko to heal karo. Work. Yeah, I'm not saying don't tell them. If you think it's right for you to tell them instead of show offing themselves, then all right. But if you want to show, it's different. Do your own mental work and heal yourself. This will do more good for those around you than anything else. Sometimes we forget that in the help of helping others, our own journey becomes a little less. That's the reason why I mentioned to a couple of you that I may not be doing the 4th series at the moment, because I haven't gone inward to ask, because I'm realizing that my own journey has become a little lower because I'm investing an hour and a half, which becomes about 2.5 hours every day into helping others. So where is my time for my healing, right? So sometimes it's important to do the good work for yourself and rather than anything else. And we let others be in their own world. So Akshay, over to you. Let's read this.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We cannot force others to change. We can offer them a positive mental atmosphere where they have the possibility to change if they wish. But we cannot do it for or to other people. Each person is here to work out his or her own lessons. And if we fix it for them, then they will just go and do it again before they have not worked out what they needed to do for themselves. All we can do is love them, allow them to be who they are, know that the truth is always within them, and that they can change at any moment they want.
Let's be on this page, Rahul, sir, for 2 minutes. So very important for us to have acceptance. We cannot force anyone to change. Ourselves, yes, we can change, but not the others. We can train them by wishing them well. We allow them to be who they are. We allow them to learn their lessons. We don't fix for them. We've heard this many a times. हम बच्चे को बोलते हैं ध्यान चलो बेटा गिर जाओगे. जब तक वो गिरता नहीं है, वो नहीं समझता the power of standing and getting up. So allow them to be. Love them unconditionally. Know that they're know that they're there, and also know that they're always divinely guided. That the truth is within them, and if they want, one moment they'll change. Have you seen people ekdam se ho jata ki nahi, something happened and they trigger and they just change? Because that is happening from within them. All right. So Rahul sir, you can make Akshay, give him the rights to record the meditation, the voice meditation, which you can share with everyone in the group. All right, everyone. Our backs absolutely straight. Feet firmly placed on the ground below or cross-legged. Our hands comfortably placed on the laps. If possible, facing heavenwards. Eyes softly closed. Your face is wearing a beautiful soft smile. And now let's take a deep breath in and fill our lungs with so much of beautiful, fresh breath air that they become big like a balloon. So let's inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Life is beautiful. Life is magical. Life is all about an inward journey. Let's live our life of substance. Let's live a life with a purpose. Let's know that we all are born here on this Mother Earth for a reason. And that reason is to find ourselves. That reason also includes our whole journey as a whole. As holistically as possible, we must live it, laugh and learn and grow. realizing that we do have materialistic goals, our physical goals, to be more fitter, to have self-love, which we've all forgotten. That emotionally we get stronger, we get better, and we evolve. Intellectually, we give ourselves the gift of learning. Spiritually, we go inwards, deeper and deeper within us to find the pearls of wisdom, to align ourselves with the help of these beautiful coaches, gurus, any kind of realized souls. All we need to do is be open and receptive to whatever life gives us. By now, all of us should know that whatever happens in our life, whatever, is it a twist or a turn? Is it a knock or a shock? Whatever is happening to us has to happen to us because subconsciously or consciously we have invited that beautiful expression. I say beautiful because there is beauty in every single thing. A death is beautiful. It's a freedom for the soul to have left a body behind and to go for its next higher purpose. It's also the reason why all of us are living our life of whatever we want, wherever we want. Except that we get disillusioned at times. So let's center, balance, align ourselves by promising ourselves that I'm here to make a difference, that every drop counts. My existence counts. Let me remind myself that it's okay for me to have been hurt in the past. I didn't have to be so strong. People told me, brace up, be strong. This shall pass. But it's okay for me to be emotional. It's all right for me to accept who I am. Let's once again take a deep breath in and out. Let's tell ourselves let's give the permission to ourselves to heal. Let's accept I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Ouch, that hurts. I've gone through so much in my life, so many downs, so many lows, so many knocks, so many turns came, so many shocks came. I'm hurt. Allow any memory to come if it comes. Allow your emotions to rule you if they come. I'm hurt. I need help. Physically, I may be old enough, but I need help. I'm not strong enough to carry all of this. I've been told I'm strong enough, I can do everything in the world, but at the moment I feel raw. I'm hurt. I need help. And I know when I ask for something, I get it. Because I'm conditioned to be thinking and behaving in a fashion where I know the divine is always guiding me. But I am the one who blocks it, who's unable to take the guidance many a times, for I fear things. From being a spiritual being, a feeling being, I have gone on to becoming a fearful being. But actually, I have to be fearless. When the divine is guiding me, when he's sending angels to open doors for me, giving me a pathway into moving from one door to another, to finding myself. Who am I to be scared? What do I fear? I've been hurt, yes. And I know that that hurt has come to me for a reason. Can I ask myself, why am I hurt? Have I learned a lesson from this? Have I learned a lesson from my hurt? Dear Higher Self, dear God, dear Cosmic Energy, dear Universal Intelligence, now as I keep my heart on my hand on my heart, allow me to heal. Allow me to relieve myself of all the unrequired stress, the acquired trauma. Let me let go. Heal me, bless me, guide me, O light. I am light. I am light. I am light. And now let's bow our heads. In gratitude to Mother Earth, Sister Gaia of the Maharishis, who's hurt, who's troubled, who's abused by the human race. And yet Mother Earth is giving us relentless powers, joyful rides. She's blessing us with the virtues of love and light, of blessings of abundance, of healing. Feel the virtues, the blessings of Mother Earth entering you through the soles of your feet. Allow your souls to grow some roots within Mother Earth and see each of them being nourished. And all the beautiful blessings flowing into your body from Mother Earth to you, the center of your being, from bottom to up. And now know one thing, that your Brahmayandra is always open. The crown chakra is always open. And tilt your head a bit up and feel the divine light, the bluish white healing light from Mother Universe entering your Brahmayandra. Feel the gush of light entering you. And now imagine and feel the energy that is coming you from Mother Earth and from your crown chakra, from the universe. Feel them intermingling and moving in all parts of your body in all directions. You're sitting in a humdrum of activity of absolute beautiful magnitude. And now allow all your pores to open up in your body from all parts of your being. And feel that all the light that's come within you is going out in all directions because you are the channel of love and light. Remember, the more you channel yourself as being a channel of love and light, the more love and light you'll be blessed with. So feel the healing light going to everywhere, every part, every person. And feel this healing light healing the others. So many souls are hurting. All of them are now healing because you're sharing your healing light. Feel it. Now you can bring your head at the eye level, comfortably resting. Let's be grateful to our past lives or the life that we've lived in this lifespan, which we remember, for teaching us so many life lessons, for making us experience life the way it unfolded. And now let's be grateful for every little thing, no matter how much it hurt. It had come to teach us a lesson. And we're all healing because we're healing beings. Let's thank our present for this beautiful morning, this beautiful moment right now, where we are evolving and we're planting the roots, the seeds of equanimity, of oneness, of love, of light, of healing. And let's thank our future because it's super blessed. Let's look up at the universe, open our hands. Dear universe, thank you, thank you, thank you for enlivening us, empowering us, enlightening us. Thank you for having angels and guardians, always ensuring we are guided, protected. Thank you to all the gurus, the rishis, the maharishis, the teachers, the coaches, the authors, whoever are there in this realm or the other, in this dimension or the other, in this plane or the other, in our universe or the others. We thank each one of you for guiding us, enlightening us, empowering us. To the cosmic energy, thank you for including us in your beautiful cosmic dance, the cosmic Leela. Grateful to be a part of it. We're realizing our purpose and going inwards. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now let's expand our angel heart. Your hands stretched wide on your heart level from both sides. Go as wider as you can. I am love. I'm the channel of love. I am light. I'm the channel of light. I am abundant. I'm the channel of abundance. I am blessed. I'm the channel of blessings. I am open and receptive to all the love, growth, and abundance from all universes. And may I be a channel for all of this for everyone. So be it. So it is. Let's fold our hands in gratitude. Express our gratitude for whoever, wherever. Let's rub our hands together. Feel the energy flow. Feel the tingling, the warmth. Bless our face. May we see better, hear better, speak better, smell better, sense better. Your shoulders, your neck, arms, your upper back, middle back, spinal cord, lower back. Massage it, bless it, your hips, excretory organs, back of your thighs, back of your knees, back of your calves, soles of your feet, upper part of your feet, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your sexual organs, your entire gut area with the intestines, stomach, gallbladder, kidneys, liver, uterus. And finally, bless your lungs. Alas, keep your hands on your heart. Dear heart, thank you for making me grow abundantly every single day. I love you. And now, very beautifully, let's thank our wonderful body for helping us further our spiritual purpose, for being an inclusive body, to all the organs for working diligently day in, day out, to all the beautiful mechanisms happening in my body on the autopilot mode. To my body, once again, a gratitude for I have abused you and yet you have been so beautiful. And to the energy that flows in me, the pran, the chi, the ki, whatever energy I call it, let's share our energy in the form of love, light, blessings, and healing wishes with all our Sangha Mitras, to all sentient beings, and to all people who will be seeing this virtually or online. Love, light, and blessings. Bharat, Alona, Pratima ji, Akshay, Shashi, Mini, Anika, Ruchi, Ritu, Mitu, Anita, Seema, Komal, Neha, Manish, Asmeet, Ushaji, Yanji, Richa, Radhika, Pinaji, Supriya, Swati, Vijayji, Ruchi, Nisha, Niriksha, Parul, Harpreet, Reena, Saloni, Anjuji, Shami, Ankur, Vedika, Kamakshi, Surendraji, Jitendraji, one-to-one. Rahul sir, Amrita ma'am, thank you, thank you, thank you. And lots of love to you, UV. Love, light, and blessings. Any sharings, any reflections, any questions about what you must do? What we've learned today in the 3-4 beautiful books is very simple. Firstly, acceptance of who we are, accepting that we have had our knocks and shocks, we have had our bad times, and it's okay for us to have been hurt, but for us to be able to ask for help, to drop that illusion that I am a superhero. Yes, we are, but we hurt. So it's very important to drop that guard, to be open and receptive. What we also learned is to go inward to ask for ideas. What we also learned is to be grateful for whatever's coming our way, to be mindful. And what we also learned is to let others be. Ultimately, that was the most important. And that's what we all did. Now, because it's Annika's birthday, let's wish the birthday girl. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Annika. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, Harpreet, for reminding us. Thank you so much. Annika, share your 2 bits, the birthday girl. Good to see you.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Prachi. I think so. I was getting that same vibe, the same thing the first time I joined Life Transformation series. I was getting the same vibe.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to have you back. I was guided yesterday in my meditation in the morning that, it's not going to happen again. So let's invite the Sangha Mitras and let's let them enjoy this beautiful book. For me, this book is one of the most precious books. I love it. And I thought it's time for all of us to study together. So yeah.
And I was thinking, why did you do that yesterday only? Why not 2 days before?
Your birthday gift.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Lots of love. Lots of love, my dear. So if anybody has anything to share, you can raise your hand as always, and we can answer your queries. If no queries, of course, meet each other in the morning at 5. That's how it is. And thank you everyone for your gratitude. Thank you, Akshay, once again for every morning for beautifully recording our meditations. You and Shivani have been holding that, and you've been sharing every morning. And thankful to that I can meditate on this later. So yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Ruchi, for reading. And thank you. Lots of love, lots of light. Let's see each other tomorrow on a beautiful new day. A wonderful Wednesday it'll be tomorrow. And today, let's have an absolutely terrific Tuesday. Yes, Akshay, my dear. You have to unmute yourself.
What should I name the recording?
Today, letting go. Yes.
Yesterday was also letting go.
Was it? In that case, surrender.
Okay.
Or acceptance, whatever you wish. We had a cumulative thing. I think acceptance.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Akshay.
Thank you.
And so that's about it. Good to see you, Asmeet. A lot of people who've been in the transformation series, but I've not met them in person. Good to see you. And Seema, me too. Good to see you guys. Nice, very nice to see the old Radhika, of course. So thank you, everyone. Let's see each other and lots of love to you. See you tomorrow morning at 5. Thank you.